Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Force Feed for this Tuesday, April 10th. Today we will be discussing Lost Planet 3 coming in 2013, Resident Evil 6 trailer announces an October 2nd release, the latest Devil May Cry video is sure to make you uncomfortable, Guild Wars 2 pre-purchase now available, Cliff Bleszinski of Epic Games says on-disc DLC is a necessity, and Gamestops in California now have to warn consumers of online fees for used games. A trailer for Lost Planet 3 was leaked today, which is kind of big news because the game hasn't been announced. Lost Planet 3 is being developed by Spark Unlimited, the same studio behind Call of Duty Finest Hour. The trailer shows the struggles of a lone man in a frozen wasteland battling local inhabitants with a mech suit. Lost Planet 3 will be coming to the 360, PS3, and PC in early 2013. Although the series has gotten mixed reviews, these have been games that I have always enjoyed, and as a result, I am looking forward to the next installment. A trailer for Resident Evil 6 was also leaked today, displaying an October 2nd release date. Previously planned for a November 20th release, the latest trailer tells us to expect the game a near month and a half earlier than initially intended. The trailer was leaked from Capcom's annual Captivate press event that was held in Italy, and as such has Italian subtitles. And lastly in content from Captivate 2012, we have some new trailers and screens from Devil May Cry, a portion of which features a near-naked Dante. Not cool. New trailers feature Dante the sexual deviant, as well as some combat and traversing in-game. In addition to that, a fresh batch of screenshots have been released. Although the game has no official launch date, Devil May Cry is expected at some point this year. Take a look at the game's latest content by following the link in the video description below. Guild Wars 2 is now available for pre-purchase, granting customers exclusive early access to the game. This morning, Guild Wars 2 became available for pre-purchase. Digital versions of the standard and deluxe editions can be obtained via the Guild Wars 2 website, or if you prefer a physical copy of the game, a list of retailers has been made available. In pre-purchasing the game, players will be granted access to all beta weekend events, in addition to getting a 3-day head start prior to launch. Guild Wars 2 has no set release date but is expected this year. On-disc DLC has been a topic of heated debate as of late, and Epic Games' Cliff Bleszinski has chimed in on the matter. Speaking with Gamestop, Cliff Bleszinski said that on-disc DLC is an ugly truth of the gaming industry, stating that there are often 3 or 4 months where the game is basically done and developers are left with little to do. He went on to say that once the industry goes entirely digital, the issue will be obsolete. Now I understand that there's a layover between a game being complete and it actually coming to shelves, but how then is this content being produced before the game is launched, making it onto disc, if the game's already complete? It seems logical that the game may be complete, but there are still additions that can be made to the content before launch. The issue, however, and the stance that many gamers take, which is fundamentally different from that of many publishers and developers, is that if content is made pre-launch and placed on the disc, it should be included in the purchase price of said disc and not charged for at a later date. It's one of those don't ask, don't tell situations. Go ahead, make content pre-launch, but don't place it on the disc. That way, we don't feel like we're getting ripped off and doubly charged for content that we have already paid for. Gamestops in California are now required to place warning signs letting consumers know of online fees for games they may purchase used. In addition to these warning signs, GameStop is being forced to reimburse consumers who purchased qualifying used games with a $10 check and a $5 coupon. Selling used games marked only slightly below the new retail price, customers at GameStop were being blindsided by additional cost of DLC on those games, DLC specifically designed to combat secondary sales. Mark Pifko, attorney in the suit, said that in-store and online warnings are important because if GameStop discloses the truth to consumers, it is unlikely that they will be able to continue selling used copies of certain games for only $5 less than the price of a new copy. Sweet, sweet victory. Now I know this is only in California, but here is hoping that this starts a trend and it will spread across the country, forcing GameStop to actually inform its customers and cut back on their shady business practices. That's right guys, not only are they screwing developers that make the games that you love, they're also screwing you too. Charging for used games only slightly below the cost of a new game, knowing for a fact that you will have to pay additional fees to unlock the full content, and that if you just bought the game new, you would actually end up paying less. Justice is served. That's going to do it for today's episode of the Force Feed, guys. As always, I thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned tomorrow for another episode, keeping you up to date on all the most recent gaming news and announcements. Once again, this has been Force, and you've just been force-fed. Hey, Gamestop!